Hello, this is Carlos, and this is my status report for this week number 4 for CSE499B. CSE, sorry for that. Okay, so this week, let me show you. I've added 10 hours of work to the project, around 10 hours. So I've been working on multiple bugs. Also in the common addition to the handlers of the project used by the authentication service in the different views for rendering or not specific elements in the view. I will show you what I'm talking about. So let's start the project. We're going to launch them. We're going to take a look this week to two other projects, the API, the web API, and the MVC project. So as I said before, some views or some elements in the views are shown and others are not. As you can see here, we are in the public version of the application, and we can access the Contoso University elements. Now we're going to log in. We're going to log in as admins. Now we can see the administration page. We can see the different users that we have. Oops. We can take a look at them. Everything is working, as you can see. But I found out that if I log out, I'm going to get an error. I need to fix that next week. So the feature that allows me to render selectively the different elements in the page is set in. I was able to finalize the contact model integration. I mean the contact example that I'm using for integrating the identity authorization features from Identity API. Where is it? Which are implemented in this entire entity CRUD. I can create new contacts. I can delete. We're going to delete Sarah. She's not there anymore. We can take a look to the details. Marcus Johnson, we can approve the contact details, sorry. Or we can also, as admins, we can reject him. This is the error I was talking about. As you can see, it's redirecting me to that endpoint, which is from the API. And this happens because I have the account controller and the logoff method in both MVC and API layers. The application, or maybe the router, I'm not sure how to explain it, is not able of distinguishing where it has to go. So I will be working on that next week. Also, I was able to integrate fully the identity API into the web API layer. And also I made a little change in the authentication method, so it would be logged in as you saw previously, using the email instead of the username. I made that decision because I had changed that for MVC, but it was a problem when working with the API. I had to do a lot of changes for making it work. I mean, overwriting what was already set using the identity API. So for avoiding that extra work, I just stick to the email authentication approach. Next week, I will be working on the user CRUD because let's see if this works. I didn't try it. Yes, it's working. Because right now I can access the users, I can do different things, but I need to revisit these forms to make them work. Also, I will work in the roles and claims page. As you can see, I have placeholders only. I think that is going to take me a lot of time and work. Now questions and blockers I have. Questions, not really. Challenges and blockers, the ones I already mentioned. And the demo, I'm talking about it right now. So let me show you the actual web API, how it's working. Let's take a look to the database to see what we have. We have admin, user 1, and manager 1. We're going to add a new user number 2. At gmail.com. You're going to include this password, Tortica. We'll copy this because we're going to need it later, and we're going to execute. We have the right code, 200. Okay, now we're going to take a look to the database. As you can see, the user is there. So this will allow to the web API layer or the entire application to work with third-party clients like other applications, Angular applications, mobile applications, maybe even services. And now we're going to use it for logging in. We're going to use cookies. First, we're going to review that we are not logged in. Right now, we're going to, through the manager, manage, through the identity endpoint, we're going to get information, management information about that user. Now we're going to get an error because nobody's logged in. 404, that's here, not found because nobody's logged in, so we can't get back this information from the user. And it's the same for this endpoint, which is retrieving profile information for that user. So as I said before, we're going to log in to that user. We are not going to use these fields. We don't need them right now. We're going to select, delete, paste. We have email and password. And as you can see, we have a 200 response from the server, which means that we are logged in the system, the application. Now we're going to try again with this endpoint. We had 404 response from the server. We're going to execute and we're going to get the right information because we are logged in. Now we're going to try the same with the profile. Hopefully this one is going to work. And we have that information from the servers. We can take a look to the ID, which is 36D. And it's the same information we have here. Now I still need to try the other endpoints. I'm not sure what some of them are, or I need to make some services I need some services to be included in the project, like this one. I need the email service for that, and this one is not working as far as I need an email for that, right? I need an account email to make it work. So there's still some work to do with it. But overall, I think I'm on track with this. Regarding the different endpoints, I was able to implement them using the very same framework because it's provided by it. And I also included some examples endpoints that can be used for people. I don't know why this is happening. But as you can see here, I have the logoff endpoint, which is not included in the framework. It's the same with the the profile endpoint. It's not part of the framework examples. And all those endpoints that I'm included are part of this endpoint mat group that I'm calling. As you can see, if I go into the actual framework, I will be able to see all the different endpoints. Login, refresh, and confirm email. So now I'm going to try to log off. So Let's try to log off. As you can see, this endpoint is in a different resource than these other resources, because this one is directly from the framework or that dependency identity API, and this one is from the controller I built. So we're going to try to log off 200. So it looks like it works. So I should not be able, for example, of getting back information about the user's profile. I should get a different endpoint. Sorry, response. There you go. I still need to work on the description of these different endpoints, add final user information, descriptions about it, maybe examples, includes additional information about the service responses, and also include more response types for these endpoints. Let's take a look at this. I don't know why it's white right now. I think that's it for this week. Let me check again. That's it for this week. Thank you for watching.